This is my oral recitation. Number 1. Describe an art based from way of psychology. So for me, psychology of art is an interdisciplinary subject talks about perception, understanding, art characteristic, and its productions. Psychology of art is specifically divided into structural and environmental psychology. The former refers to characteristic of mind at time of art production or communication with artwork. So number 2, what is art criticism? So for me, it is pure description of the object without value, judgments, analysis, or interpretation. The purpose of art criticism in the classroom is to educate students on appreciation, aesthetics, and evaluation of works of art while facilitating critical thinking and analysis. So number 3, explain the Darwinian theory of art based from Dennis Newton concept. So for me, the experience of beauty is one component in a whole series of Darwinian adaptations. Beauty is an adaptive effect which we extend and intensify in the creation and enjoyment of works of art and entertainment. As many of you will know, evolution operates by two main primary mechanisms. So number 4, describe the gestures on the canvas in action painting. So for me, action painting direct, instinctual, and highly dynamic kind of art that involves the spontaneous application of vigorous, sweeping brush strokes and the chance effects or dripping and spilling paint onto the canvas. Number 5. In Module 6, Art and Philosophy, Functionalism, Action Theory, and Institutional Theory, how is an art being considered as institutional? So for me, it is considered because a work of art in the classificatory sense is an artifact, a set of the aspects of which has had conferred upon it the status of candidate for appreciation by some person or some persons acting on the behalf of a certain social institution, the art world. So number 6, what is the definition of success for an action painter? So for me, success means that I have used all my capabilities to the fullest. My artistic goals have been met, but nearly as important, my business goals too. The exhibition I have accomplished are due to talent and perseverance. So, number 7, discuss the benefits or features of modern art. So, for me, importance of modern art. One of the benefits of contemporary art is that it allows individuals a means of personal expression through painting, sculpture, and performance art. Anyone can express themselves in a way that will be safely observable for others. So, number 8, what is the response of the art world to the modern art? So for me, the art world comprises everyone involving in producing, commissioning, presenting, preserving, promoting, chronicling, and criticizing, buying and selling fine art. It is recognized that there are many art worlds defined either by location or alternative definitions of fine art. Some may use the singular art world to refer only to the elite level of globalized fine art. The art world are continually changing in response both to the creativity of those that create art and in response to social change. So, number 9. What are the 5 dimensions of beauty according to sociological perspective of Kovar and Shjokano? Explain each. So, the 5 dimension of beauty according to sociological perspective of Kovar and Jokano are: the first is buti. It is something desire of what is good. The second is pamantayan. Standards which enable us to organize our ideas and interpret our experience within the context of commonly shared meaning of things, event, or actions. Number 3 is the halaga. Worth, importance, evaluation, or assessment. The last one is ganda, encompassing everything that is to be per, pursue. What is beautiful must be realized. So, number 10. What is significant contribution of romantic realism theory in the Philippine art and literature? So, romantic realism is art that combines elements of both romanticism and realism. The term of romanticism and realism have been used in varied ways and are sometimes seen as opposed to one another. Romanticism celebrated the individual imagination and intuition in the enduring search for individual rights and liberty. Its ideal of the creative subjective powers of the artist fueled avant-garde of movements well into 20th century. So, number 11. Describe the breakthrough of art from Renaissance to modern period to the most controversial period of art in the information age. So, for me, Renaissance art is marked by a gradual shift from the abstract forms of the medieval period to the representational forms of the 15th century. They are not flat but suggest mass, and they often occupy a realistic landscape rather than stand against a goal backward as some figures do in art of the Middle Age. The Renaissance impacted our world because it started new techniques for creating paintings. Art was starting to spread to Northern Europe. A new church was created. In the Reformation of the Catholic Church, the church went through big change in the Renaissance time period. Scholars believe that the demise of the Renaissance was the result of several compounding factors. By the end of the 15th century, numerous wars had plagued the Italian peninsula. Spanish, French, and German invaders battling for Italian territories caused disruption and instability in the region. Also, changing trade routes led to a period of economic decline and limited the amount of money that wealthy contributors could spend on the arts. Later, in the movement known as the Counter-Reformation, the Catholic Church censored artists and writers in response to the Protestant Reformation. Many Renaissance thinkers fear being too bold, which stifled creativity. Furthermore, in 1545, the Council of Trent established the Roman Inquisition, which made humanism and any views that challenged the Catholic Church an act of heresy punishable by death. By the early 17th century, the Renaissance movement had died out, giving way to the Age of Enlightenment. Number 12. What is the significant contribution of experiments in art and technology incorporation to multimedia art? So basically, technology helps broaden the horizons of an artist's creativity while also limit the problems that they might encounter. It makes the production of art a lot less demanding, and as a result, artists now have more time to contemplate and expand their creativity. And also, the internet helped numerous artists make their artwork more visible, increasing accessibility to worldwide audience. Advanced technology has also enabled the artists to transform and manipulate their work, thus becoming a significant art medium. And also, compared to traditional art, the most significant advantage of digital art is its convenience. Digital art is easy to carry, easy to publish and share, easy to be printed in many places, and most importantly, easy to be corrected. And also, the impact of digital technology has transformed human expressions as painting, drawing, sculpture, but also music and poetry. First, by implementing new tools which can be very helpful for the artist and which can enhance the creative process towards innovative and unexplored paths. So, number 13. In the discussion of art and anthropology, particularly in the cultural relativism in aesthetics, how do you explain the phrase beauty is in the culturally conditioned eye of the beholder? So for me, as some people, especially academics, prefer beauty is in the culturally conditioned eye of the beholder. So its meaning, people agree that paintings or movies or music are beautiful because their cultures determine a uniformity of aesthetic taste. And also, music in the other things far from being simply in the eye of the beholder are a core part of human nature with deep evolutionary origins. So number 14, explain the concept of patriarchy and women subordination in relation to the documentary films about beauty and women's body in Suri, Padaong, and Chinese cultures. So, patriarchy is the prime obstacle to women's advancement and development. Patriarchy refers to the male domination both in public and private spheres. In this way, feminists use the term patriarchy to describe the power relationship between men and women as well as to find out the root cause of women's subordination. Patriarchy gives absolute priority to males and limits females' human rights. Therefore, females' position is always lower than males, and females are oppressed by men. To gain the power, female public relations must have excellent capabilities in the profession of digital public relation. Furthermore, females are subordinate, and the subordination of females force them to under the control of males. In keeping females in males' control, patriarchy operated and hegemonized some social costumes, traditions, and social roles. Patriarchy in digital public relations work through action and behaviors expected of organizational culture. Patriarchy refers to a system structure in which males attracted to subordinate females. The relationship between men and women in all patriarchal societies has been unequal. Liberal feminists tend to liberate women from a patriarchal system that favors men more than women. Women do not recognize this as subordination but believe that men are born to dominate. Men are predominantly stereotyped as more effective leaders than women. So number 15. What is the significant role of psychology in the study of art appreciation? So for me, art is not meant to be looked at only for what it is. It is meant to stimulate through because it allows viewers to draw their own emotions and pull from their personal experiences when viewed. It is very powerful in this way and it naturally develops critical and innovative thinking skills. In psychology, creativity means innovation and new thinking can be the same as art. Modern psychology probably has high exposure to art. Beauty, for instance, comprehended by most of psychologists, act culturally and socially. Most of psychology of art branches insist on priority of awareness. That's all and thank you.